I hope that everybody had a fantastic week. When Rivka, our mother, had too much pain due to her pregnancy, she went to the yeshiva of Shem Ve'eret to find out what the source of the pain was. They told her that she was carrying twins. There were 2 babies in her stomach. And upon hearing that, Rivka went home. Why, if Rivka was having pain due to pregnancy, did she go to yeshiva Shem Ve'eret as opposed to going to the doctor? And why was she satisfied with the answer that there were twins inside her stomach? So the Chassam Sofer explains, let's look at what the source of this pain was. When Rivka walked by a shul, so the baby kicked to get out. And when she walked by the house of Avodah Zarah, so the baby kicked to get out. Rivka, who had to endure a childhood in the house of Besual and Lavan. Rivka, who was already taking the family business, the sheep, out to the well at 3 years old. Rivka, who was used to having a rough life, wasn't disturbed by a little pain, but rather what bothered her was the identity of the child. Was this baby going to be somebody who frequented shuls, or was this baby going to be somebody who went to the home of Avodah Zarah? When Rivka found out that there were 2 babies, she was satisfied. Why did this make her happy? Still, one of her children was pushing to get out at the house of Avodah Zarah. So the Chassam Sofer explains, yes, it is a little bit worrisome that one of the children would be Beis Avodah Zarah. However, that's still better than the other option that Rivka was afraid of. And that is, to be a child is to be a person that is trying to dance at both parties, trying to swim in both worlds, trying to be part of Avodah Zarah and part of the shul. That, in some ways, is worse than having somebody dedicated to Avodah Zarah. Because when we're involved in both lifestyles, so then there's a chance that somebody might say to themselves, okay, listen, maybe there are things that I'm not doing that are so great, but why do I have to change? Look, I'm also involved in shul. I'm also involved in yeshiva. I'm also involved in Torah. When somebody is in the house of idolatry, so they know exactly what's going on and there's a chance that they'll do tshuva. Rivka was worried that the child was confused. He had an unclear identity. When she found out that there were twins, so then she was satisfied. Because at least there's hope that they could work with this child who had an affinity for Avodah Zarah. Or maybe she could explain that children have certain tendencies. As they grow up, they get to choose how to use that tendency. That yes, maybe this child had an affinity for Beis Avodah Zarah. Was he going to the house of Avodah Zarah to violate idolatry? Or was he going to the house of Avodah Zarah to try to convince people there that what they're doing is not correct? Rivka would have been satisfied had the children been singular focused. What made her concerned was the confusion of dancing at both parties. Hashem should help us be clear on the direction of our lives and what our priorities are. And this way, by being true to ourselves, we can then follow up and be true to our Creator as well. Have a great Shabbos.